Well, how's it going, boys and girls? So far this trip has been a bloody disaster, one thing after another. So I'm wearing a chest mount on DJI Osmo because... Hey guys, how you going? Yeah. Well, I don't know where I'll get to today. I just thought I'd go down and record a little bit of this. My 360 camera that I've been using lately, it just failed on me yesterday. So I recorded all this footage, and it's really weird because I got all the footage, literally all the way to Beechworth and all the way back. Shows up as 2 files. I can view it on the camera itself and it plays and everything looks perfect. As soon as you try and import it into the app or you download it onto the computer, it just doesn't want to play. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's why I just got the old trusty Osmo on there. But I won't be doing the whole thing today, that's for sure.
Oh, well, you did well.
My back's still a bit stiff.
70, what did you say?
All up it was like 76 Ks because I did a little bit, then I had to come back and refix my motor. I just left that bike shop a scathing review as well. I mean, I was nice about it, but yeah, and in actual fact, I went through and read some of their other reviews, and all the 5 and 4-star reviews are great about their sales service. When it comes to bike mechanics and service, they're all 1 and 2 star. I should have read that before I took my bike in, but they were local. I thought I'd give them a go because they were a Bosch servicer. But yeah, all these bolts, they weren't even torqued up. I reckon they must have vibrated loose on the trip over because I rode the bike back home, did 100 Ks on it, 3 rides worth, and everything seemed fine. But you know, there's like a little bit of a this little gap here between the plastic and the frame. When I pushed down on it, like it would just open up. Like it's still pretty solid now, but it would open up and it started squeaking. And when I got back and undid the bolts, like I reckon out of 6 bolts, 2 were just loose and the other ones were basically just like hand finger tight. They were absolutely shocked. They're supposed to be done up to 20 Newton meters. So I redid those up, but also the bolt on the brackets themselves, one of those was really loose. There was no Loctite on it. They said they used Loctite, so I put all Loctite on there and did it all up. And it lasted yesterday, so that was pretty good. Yeah. All right, well, I better let you get back to it, and I better continue on.
Okay, yeah. See you later on.
I'll see you a bit later, yeah. So yeah, there's the lady that whose place I'm staying at the moment. Quite a nice lady, quite a nice spot. I was spewing because you probably would have heard a bit of that on there. 360 camera absolutely failed on me. Footage shows up on the camera, but not playable on the computer, not even editable on the app. So this is just a real close by sort of creek trail that leads you to the rest of the trail. I mean, this is still part of the Indigo Epic, but it's sort of a shared walking path as well. I mean, I did see a runner out yesterday on the actual Epic trail. One of those cross-country runner guys. When I left to go on this trip, literally the evening before the trip, I checked the car was all good and chopped up the oil and all that sort of stuff, and I noticed a bit of coolant splashed inside the engine bay, and I had a broken bloody refill, or what do you call it, like a reservoir bottle. So I had to go down to the wreckers and get one of those before they closed. I had like half an hour to spare, so luckily I found one off a 2009 Forester. But in the morning when I left, I stopped at Allgate and I thought, oh, just check the tyre pressure. And I still noticed some coolant splashing about inside the engine bay, and I just couldn't work out where it was coming from. None of the levels had dropped. It was really weird. So I bought a bloody 4-litre bottle of coolant, and I just, every time I stopped on the way here, I just checked everything. Everything was alright. They were not dealers with that. Car temperature was fine, nothing overheated. So yeah, just a bit of a wild, bloody weird thing going on there. And then yeah, I got a note from, or a message from a support coordinator to say that one of my clients has let me go, which was kind of a blessing in disguise. I mean, my skills were wasted really, but it was easy money and I just took it because, you know, everybody needs the money. And why does that gear keep slipping? And so yeah, anyway, so there was that. Then there was the video footage that didn't turn out on the 360 camera, which was the whole of this Indigo Epic Trail. So I was spewing about that. I don't know if I'll be able to salvage it or if it will work on the other computer or what the deal is. It's quite infuriating really. You know, I just expected it to work like this. You just turn it on, start recording, and when you're done, you go through and you edit everything. So I just left the thing on. I had it connected up via a power pack, just like I always do. Except this time it was sort of, I guess, extra long because I just left the file, or left the camera recording. There's nothing to say you can't do that, but let me do it. But when it comes to actually editing the footage, it's just sort of a no-go. So yeah, very disappointing. There's some really nice rugged backcountry trails, and I was feeling I didn't get it on video. Anyway, I had a real shit sleep last night because of all the drama's been going on. Staying up late trying to work out why the footage wasn't working from the camera and all that sort of stuff. So I got a bit of a shit sleep. Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing from now on is wearing a chest mount, just using the Osmo and the 360. I did so yesterday as well, and the other drama thing was I must have used a different GoPro attachment, so I kind of like got a whole bunch of wasted footage there just looking down at my knees as I'm riding, you know, which is pretty shit. So that footage is all wasted as well, so I didn't really get much at all of the whole Indigo Epic, which is kind of like what I do. I ride and then I do the videos. And I really wanted to do just a whole big video of it, you know. But I have to do that next time. Unless I've got energy tomorrow to do the whole thing, might have another crack. But so I don't know how much climbing I'll do today. Like I say, my legs are kind of pretty cooked. My lower back is kind of really stiff as well from carrying that massive backpack yesterday. Kind of really stuffed me up, man. Like such a big ride like that with such kind of demanding terrain and not ideal kind of fitness and energy levels, really took it out of me. So yeah, but sweet FA sleep, but I've got a second wind at the moment, so I'm going to use it just to ride a bit of this. Luckily I took my battery charger yesterday as well because I had to top up at Beechworth for an hour. I got an extra 40%, took me back up to 73%. So I used about 70% getting there, and then I used about 40% on the way home, roughly. So yeah, definitely don't do it on a 625 without taking your battery charger, because you're going to need to top up. And up here, not too far, is kind of where yesterday I noticed the bike motor squeaking and an issue with the motor wobbling, being loose in the frame. So what I had to do was ride back gently, take the motor out, realise all the loose bolts that were in there. I wasn't happy, mate. Not happy with the bike shop whatsoever. They have consequently got a scathing review, and looking at all the other reviews as far as service goes, they ain't much better. I should have looked at the reviews before I took my bike in. I just thought, oh well, they're a bloody Bosch dealer, service centre, they should know what they're doing. But no, they're good at selling bikes and they're crap at fixing and servicing. always got issues. They never come back to you, never respond. Don't know how businesses like that can function, man. Just relying on sales purely. Should bloody get someone else to do the servicing for them. But anyway, enough whinging. Not so much of it this weekend. Let's ride some trail. I'm actually feeling pretty good at the moment. I'm not going to do any of the little features. Just going to keep it on the down low. Got 34 k's range. I think I can do like a small loop or an up and back. Just want to give you a taste of what this trail looks like. I mean, you can go on YouTube and have a look for yourself, but man, about 2 hours ago I didn't think I'd be doing this. I was trying to get back to sleep. I just can't sleep during the day. Doesn't matter how tired I am. Even took a quarter of a bloody sleeping tablet. Didn't do anything. It feels much easier riding on this today than with that bloody big backpack I had on yesterday. So yeah, it's kind of, the whole trail is mostly this kind of narrow. Some spots are even narrower. You go along some water races where you've got a bit of a drop to one side, like a bit of a channel, and they're quite narrow, skinny sort of thing. Then there's some other bits that are like quite wide, over a metre wide, machine made, like some of the stuff on the way back down in the Yackandandah. There's loads of full drive tracks around here too, eh? If you're into that. Riding your moto up those kind of things as well if you want. Now this track here, this is part of that downhill track I think, because I was down low there yesterday. So I've come up a different way here. It's a two-way track. They do have little signposts with a red X on it if you try and go the wrong way. And this is the way I came back yesterday. Yes, so we'll go straight on this way. Actually, didn't go on this track yesterday because I went down on that one back there on the right where the no entry sign was. So yeah, there's loads of different tracks around the place. So yeah, there's lots of this kind of stuff running along these water races, which I assume were sort of like to channel the water down from the side of the mountain into like a channel or a pit back in the mining era. Quite narrow in spots. Yeah, you got to watch your pedal doesn't strike the tree, and then you got to watch your pedal doesn't strike the bank on the right. And there's loads of switchbacks too. This one being an easy one, but there's some real steep ones as well. Quite rocky. On Gold Rush track there is a couple of massive trees down on that one as well yesterday. I have reported it to the council. Just going to leave it in eMTB for now. Oh, I don't think I'll press record on this thing. Does this thing record automatically? Let's have a look and see if it pauses. Oh yeah. And this is the other thing too, this Garmin, it's such a clunky bloody device. Especially the 530 with push buttons, you know, like it's not even touch screen. I was a bit of a cheapskate. Didn't want to fork out the bucks for the touchscreen version. And just to navigate, like yesterday I found it really hard to see the screen and the track, and everything was kind of just, yeah, it was a little too much detail perhaps. I know I can adjust all that stuff. You kind of really need to dig down deep into the settings. You can't just do it on the fly. It's, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it for that. It does help to some degree. Probably is slightly better than the Kiox, which is just a straight line, which is kind of okay, except it doesn't have any arrows. Oh yes, look how narrow she gets here, mate. Got to make sure that you got your wits about you. Then you get a tree like that to push you off the side. So this part of the track here, I don't think is part of the Indio Epic. I think it's just part of the Yack Tracks trail network. But yeah, like I say, a lot of it is still this kind of water race trail, hand cut trails. Basically, you know, that's what kind of water races help you do. Give you somewhere to build upon. Bit of a camping spot around here. I don't know if they're free camping spots where you've got to pay. Oh, here we go. It's a nice view. Have a look at that down there. Lovely. And the other thing is too, you know, like, well, I better get back out and do it, even though I'm sort of tired, rather than sitting around just stiffening up, you know, like, you've got to keep moving, mate, you know, you don't move it, you lose it. So yeah, move it or lose it, mate. Some pretty cool, unique bits to this trail, like this stuff here, riding through this kind of, the teddy bear back there on a bloody wombat hole or something. Oh fuck, what's going on there? You don't want that shit going uphill. What's going on with this bike, man? Fuck me. I didn't knock the derailleur yesterday, so I don't know what's happening. Could be just a bit of dust and shit. The screws surely wouldn't have moved. Alright, let's try it there. See what happens. I mean, it worked all great yesterday. Didn't have any issues. And the motor's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Motor seems solid. I thought maybe the chainring was out of alignment because of the motor. But no, that's all good. Kind of need to keep that finger over the dropper, because if you do happen to tilt to the wrong side, you don't want to be on the high side of that seat. I think too, being a dually, you know, you've got that little bit of flex in the gear cable. It kind of could get stuck in there, and with the dust and whatever, and it kind of is always moving, you know, pulling back and forth slightly. As your suspension compresses. There's a trail down there. Don't know if this one goes and joins it or not. Oh yeah? What do we got? Martin Plaza. Let's go and have a squiz of this one. Go down deep a bit. Martin Plaza, he's a bloody muso, eh? Oh yeah, some bloody steep, sharp berms. That's nice. You probably fill your water bottle up with that water, eh? Noticing a few little droplets of water. There was supposed to be some rain today. Oh, here we go. What's that say? Jenkins track, so it's basically just a four-wheel drive track here now. Yeah, right. Little camping spot. Yeah, righto. Someone's buried their pet there. It's a pet cemetery. So hopefully we get a trail that crosses on up here. There's a trail just up there on my right. How can I get to that from here? Does it come down and cross the road? Looks like it might do. Maybe not. There's a big bloody creek down there. Unless I can get it at the next bit. I don't think I can walk through there. So this is where you got to go moto ride when you're in Victoria, eh? And all these kind of steep fire tracks. Oh, here it is. Indigo Epic. Back onto that bit, eh? Nice. Alright, not going that way, so we go this way. Oh yeah, this is Homeward Bound. Probably one of the better bits anyway. But when I was coming down this one yesterday, I had major issues with leg tiredness, and now I'm just tired, but kind of feeling not too bad. Got to have my wits about me. Probably not wise to take a sleeping tablet before you go for a ride. I mean, it was a few hours ago and it was only a quarter. Thought I might be able to get some sleep, but didn't really feel anything from it. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like, once you get warmed up, you kind of just go, mate. Now those switchbacks there were nothing compared to some of the ones I encountered on the way to Beechworth. Which you're going through, I think it was Gold Rush. Had about 6 bloody trees to climb over, ranging from ones thick as you see on the left there to thick as you see on the right standing up, laying across the trail. Picking up a 25 kg bike with your backpack on. Yeah, hard going. nice to have somewhat fresher legs. I wouldn't say they're super fresh, but fresher than yesterday. Quite a loose skatey surface in some of these berms. You've got a lot of finer gravel and these little gum nut things. Still gets a bit squirrely. Big brake bumps in some of them. Oh yeah. Well, at least we're getting some of the footage of the track I did yesterday on Homeward Bound. A few droplets of rain about. Hopefully none of that's distorting the image too much. First pedal strike. Just on the high side of the embankment. Nothing too major. It's one of these things you've got to be wary of now with this bloody Gen 4 issue. Load amounts being piss weak. New dropper is working as intended. KS Lev Integra. I still haven't heard back from bloody eMTB Direct about the other warranty issue I had with my fucking other dropper that they sold me, which was shit. I'm gonna have to give them a phone call, I think. You can't have 50mm play when you're sitting on the seat. You can't have it, it's not the suspension seat post, you know, like, yeah, it had this bloody compression in the gas chamber, which was obviously faulty. yet. I'm spewing about that footage from yesterday because I came across 2 echidnas, a couple of wallabies, even a koala. So yeah, got none of that now. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a bit rougher just there. G'day, mate. So here we go anyway, mate. Just a taste of the Indigo Epic. One of the easier bits. To be honest, I didn't get the hard stuff. I mean, I did record it, it just didn't turn out, mate. What's going on with that shit? Apparently there's some software you can get that can repair corrupt files, but I found a bloody web article about it, but not the actual software itself, so I don't know what the deal is with that either. Ah, nice. Whew. Well, that'll do for that stuff today, I think. Oh, there's a bit there as well. This gravel stuff they've got on the trail in this section, man, is a bit skatey. It's got weird smells in the Victorian bush here, eh? It's like almost smells like a bait shop. I think it's to do with the scat from the animals that live in this area. It's just kind of got this weird kind of bait shop smell to it.